and welcome back to Technology YouTube channel. So AMD has announced its MI350P PCI AI accelerator card with 144 gigabytes of memory, roughly 40% faster in FP6 and FP8 theoretical compute compared to NVIDIA's H200 NVLink competitor. The thing is, it should have happened because NVIDIA in AI market is top of the line and its CUDA infrastructure because CUDA is not just a hardware stack but a software stack, and CUDA is dominating at that segment, and that's why they can do the AI accelerators, AI accelerator at a pretty high pricing. And do note AMD has announced its new one, and this might disrupt the NVIDIA market, which is to be needed. And given the matter of fact, as NVIDIA's AI accelerator has kind of no part in their gaming GPU markets, but AMD is a complete opposite because AMD's CDNA architecture, which they use for AI accelerator, comes down and scales back so that it can be worked on RDNA, and they are actually going to go back to UDNA, which is their unified architecture for CDNA and RDNA with next generation. So this just gives us a performance uplift compared to previous generation. Like 10,000 series will have a significant higher performance compared to 9,000 series. As you can see, CDNA 4 has been revealed, and as a matter of fact, compared to CDNA 3, it's a significant increase in FP4, FP6, FP8, FP16, and FP64 compute. So bandwidth has also been doubled and everything else. So let's just hope that this disrupts the GPU market even in the gaming segment also. Next up, regarding AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT cards are now selling below MSRP in China. So it has happened. Whether it's an entry-level 7600 GRE, the mid to high-end 9060 XT, or the flagship positioned 9070 XT, AMD's graphics card is generally in a selling means losing money situation, and that's why they are going less in pricing because they had enough stock there, and basically one who is having the stock wants their inventory to be gone. That's why they are going for reportedly lesser than the MSRP at this current point of time. Let's just hope that this happens. But this just tunes in the made very AMD is expecting 20% decline in gaming revenue from higher memory and component costs in the second half of the year. CEO also wants a further memory crunch. Maybe this might be one of the reasons where the inventory is just too much and they want to sell out those inventory before you get more GPUs or more memory in works. Also, GPU pricing remains broken even if it has stopped getting worse, which is kind of nice because the pricing is not going to get increased. It is at this current point of time remaining stable, which is a huge deal. But also it should go down below MSRP because these cards are out for a very long time. So this should indeed happen. Next up, ASUS Gigabyte and MSI and ASRock is reportedly expect motherboard shipments to fall from 24% to 37% this year. So how, we don't know, but in 2025 the shipment targets were like 15 million, 4.3 million to 15 million for respective companies, and now the approximate target for ASUS is going to be 10%, 10 million. Gigabyte is down to 8 to 8.5, MSI is 8.4 million, and 2.7 for ASRock. So yeah, the change is from like 37 to 26%, and that is to be expected at this current point of time. They are just predicting it at this current point of time. We don't know whether it will happen or not, but it is just a prediction on their point of view. And lastly, Xbox has came out with their and behind the Xbox Indie program says Project Helix will be easy for developers and working hard so developers can make one Xbox build in the future that will run on everything, which is a huge news because if you think about it, Xbox Project Helix was supposed to be a machine which can run, which reportedly is a Windows machine also because it will have Steam, Epic Launcher, and every other games inbuilt. But given the factor at this point of time, and the new CEO and everything else, Xbox is going back to exclusivity. So we still don't know because they ended the like this is an Xbox campaign also. So we still don't know what Project Helix is going to be. But according to the CEO, we are going to get some kind of a reveal or boot up sequence next week with Xbox, which is nice direction. There will also be no co-pilot for Xbox, which is also a huge news. But this just essentially means like you can just develop it for one machine for one Project Helix Xbox, and it will be scaled to Xbox handheld pretty easily. You don't need to develop exclusively for that handheld or any other machine which is Xbox branded, which is a huge news for indie developers and everything else because they don't have resources to put it for handhelds and everything else, and they can only focus on developing it for one Xbox, and it will be scaled accordingly, which is a huge news. But that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.